Grand Rising family. I was just sitting here. I was looking at some pictures and shit. My phone. I was just wondering, like, how do I don't see how people still go to restaurants and out the food, like even sit down restaurants, food. I don't even see how people buy cook food out of grocery stores and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I ain't talking down on nobody who do, cause I remember it was times I used to um I stayed in those markets, man, some shit to eat, or I mean, not in the markets. I stayed in them fast food restaurants or sit down casual restaurants and shit like that, buying stuff to eat. So, but I was just wondering, like, man, how, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't trust. I remember we used to go to Coney Island. I used to eat that shit all the time. This was like around high school and shit like that. I used to go to Coney Island. Um, High school in the 1998 to like 2000. We used to eat. What was it? I don't think it went that long. I know it was 98, probably 99. Everybody was into KFC. They had the chicken tenders, um, the little chicken wedges. I mean, with that potato wedges, we used to eat that shit every day, about twice a day. In the hood, we had Owens. We used to eat that. I mean, eating that since a kid. That was like restaurant food to me when I was a kid. My parents ain't used to go to restaurants like that. My my dad he did more restaurant than my mom. My mom, she ain't like none of that shit really. She ain't like it. My dad, he was more into it. He'd take me, go get me a burger, club sandwich sometime. It wouldn't be no it damn sure wasn't no every day. And it'd be like on the weekend. He'd come in from bowling, he'd go bowling, and sometimes we'd stop at a fast food. I'd be like, hell yeah. Cause it was rare. But my mom, she ain't never liked that shit. She said she had ordered some Chinese food back in the day. She didn't want to do that. She said it was a big ass dead spider in her food from what was the name of that one? Sawooks or Sawoos. Sawoos. They was on the boulevard. Anybody from the D probably remember Sawoos. She said that shit had a dead spider in it. So, she ain't most restaurant food I seen her buy. She like to order piece of Populous every blue moon. She'll order like us two big ass pieces. It's other shit, but she a cook or have some food around the house for us. But my pops he used to do a little restaurant, but we didn't really grow up off that shit. I started doing that shit in my years when I was getting older in high school. We started going to McDonald's. We used to go to this place called Steve Soul Food every day when I was in the 12th grade because all our mans worked there and they used to give us free food and shit. We sit in there and eat. We never had to pay for a meal, man. Shout out to my man Fat Real, man. What's up, Real Big Real? We used to eat coney every day, all that type of shit. And right now, I can't see myself eating none of that shit. Like, I mean, I've been couldn't see myself eating it, but I don't see how people go to restaurants. Like, y'all trust that shit? Like, it's all these chemicals in this food, and but not even the chemicals. Even though the chemicals kill you, but what about the people cooking it? Like, those them people, man. These people in there cooking your food, they got bad energy, putting energy into your food. If when your food cooked with love, you can feel it, you can taste it. Like when if you got a girl and y'all get into it, she mad, she just throw some shit together on the plate and cook it for you. You could taste the difference and feel the difference when you eat that shit. Other than when she in a good mood and cooking and y'all having a good time and the love in the food, that's why you be like, damn, this shit good. Tastes like it's cooked with love. Them people back there, y'all don't know them people, man. Y'all, it's that's how you can accept demons like that, taking in people cooking. They just cooking for you. People nasty. It's people in this world. Cocaine is a big drug right now. Like so many people using cocaine, and they back to smoking rocks. But a lot of cocaine use, especially when y'all go to the pale restaurants, because a lot of palm color people they really love drugs, and they nose be dripping, man. My homegirl was working at this pizza place downtown. I can't think of the name of it, but it's like a pale restaurant. The pale people go there, and she said this white lady was working with her, pale lady, and her nose was dripping all over the food. She just every minute she trying to sniff up. So shit disgusting. I don't even like talking about that type of shit. It's disgusting, but I don't see how people go to restaurants. And I'm damn near seeing how we shopping at these markets, They gotta go back to the old days. Our people used to only eat at home. Our people didn't eat. Me and my homeboy Q, shout out to my man Q. We was talking today, and he was like, he was telling me about Arkansas days. He like, man, and he just 57 years old. He was like, when we was living in Arkansas, he was like, man, we had the farm. Like it was, we had raised all our food and shit. We didn't go to no grocery stores. He said we had our meat. They smoked it in the smoke. That's what he said. Smoked it in the smokehouse. Same shit my mama and them told me. And he younger than my mama. He said they smoked it in the smokehouse. He said they for to keep their food cold. This would blew my mind. I gotta call my grandma. I don't know if she told me this before, but I don't remember hearing this. This nigga said they dig a hole in the ground, and that's where they kept their food, perishable food, because the ground be cold when you dig a hole. He said sometimes the people will line the line the ground hole with wood like a box, or he said they'd just put it down in the ground and cover it with dirt. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, our people was thinking. He was like, they had outhouse, and shit like that. He said the outhouse used to kill him in the winter because it'd be cold. But he was like, he said they had the outhouse. He like, shit, they was all clean. He said, and this was in the '60s, y'all. While we be talking about off the grid, while people so scared their TV's gonna go off and they can't watch no TV, that off the grid, I know we can practice now and start practicing now, and that's what we doing. But even if the people who don't practice, once everybody get into that groove, it's gonna be going. You know what I mean? Because it's naturally, it wasn't even that long ago. He said his auntie was the first person they ever seen get a TV and an indoor bathroom in their house. And he was, he was well of age, not no grown man, because they moved to Detroit. He said he moved to Detroit the year of the riots. I think that's 1967. So before '67, that's the first time he ever seen a TV. And my man's Q right now is 50 some years old. That's my nigga. I'm 40. You know what I mean? This nigga 50 something. So he could be my big brother. So I could have just been living like that. And I was, in Detroit, even though we had houses with heat and all that stuff, we still didn't have all that TV shit. It was out, but it ain't had no channels. We used to be outside, and ripping and running, having the ball. So not, but back to what I was saying about this food, they used to eat off the land. He said his family, his mama and them used to go out pick the vegetables and shit like that. His daddy was out there working. His daddy was a successful man. He said pale people killed his daddy on some slick shit. Like his daddy was walking up the road. He said his daddy was real successful, ain't play no junk. He was real respected everywhere. He said one day his daddy was just walking up the street going somewhere, and a car mistakenly hit him and killed him. You know what I mean? That was like a ambush type shit. See, they had to do slick shit like that. They couldn't just hand to hand combat no niggas because they was too strong in their village. Say he got hit by a speeding runaway driver, man. He was successful and his family had their own farm and everything. That's when they moved to Detroit. When his father passed, man. That's crazy. Yeah, R.I.H. to his father. Yeah, but they got their own food off the land. He said his mama had the smokehouse. He said he lived a good life, like they wasn't missing nothing, you know. And when he got to Detroit, that's when they got to, all of the fast living, the toilets in the house, and the TV and all type of shit. When we got up here, shit, and they got to. I don't touch business too much, but in the 70s, 80s, and 90s in Detroit, everybody was hustling, getting money, and shoot 'em up, bang bang. My man Q, one of them real, my big bro. So up here was a different life, and we was talking about it, like how people start passing. He's like, yeah, everybody was getting sick. That's because back then they ate a clean diet. Even if they was eating pork, they raised it. You know, it wasn't as bad as this pork. Even though we should never digest no swine, never. But the swine they was eating wasn't the swine got people eating nowadays. This cow they eating wasn't the cow they eating nowadays. Like it's best to stay away from that shit. And then y'all going to these restaurants serving you these people, like people who go to Coney Island or Arabic restaurants and that sell American so-called American food, burgers and chicken and all that. Man, those people don't even eat that shit, man. And then if y'all go to Coney Island is an Arab ran restaurant. It open 24/7 like the Waffle House in other cities and shit like that. Ours is Coney Island, and they open all day, and they got you can go in there and make up whatever you want to make out of there, any type of meal. That's why we used to go there as young niggas. We go in there, get a corned beef sandwich, add cheese sticks on it and bacon. They'd make anything you want, and it'd be for a cheap price. It wasn't no outrageous price. You can go in there, order all type of shit, and pay $20, come out of there with 2 bags full of greasy ass food. You can see the grease running up out the bag. They frying everything with the pork all on the same grill. Man, I been stopped eating that shit in 2004, man. They ain't even wear no gloves. See, I been woke on nastiness. I ain't never play about no nasty shit. And when I was younger kid, I really wasn't paying no attention like that. I was moved. That's when the niggas be catching all the flus and getting sick. Yeah, wasn't paying no attention, but just eating and eating, having pimples on your face and shit. That was coming from that type of stuff. And one day I was at Coney, I just started like, man, that's nasty. Then I started like cooking for myself a lot. And I'm like, man, I'm not eating that shit. Even though I still ate fast food restaurants and shit, you just be, man, no people at them fast food restaurants, they back there. I really start cooking a lot when we moved out to this place called Taylor because I never liked it pale people cooking over my food. No way, I ain't about to explain why. You know what I mean? But I just did never like they cooking on my food. They didn't hygienically carry themselves right, and we was living out in Taylor, where it's predominantly pale people at. And we used to hit that market like, well, I'm not about to be eating this shit. I have my baby mama. We cooking everything. You know what I mean? I'm not eating this, and we sometimes we trap, but not like that. And that's what really broke me from eating fast food. But in the neighborhoods, I still was eating it. But the melanated people, just as nasty. I mean, not just as nasty. We got more morals on cleanliness, but they still be in there nasty, scratching weave and making your burger. They mad. y'all get into an argument while you making your order, and then they just put your shit together, throw it out in there. I worked at McDonald's when I was in the 10th grade, and I seen the manager spit on somebody's food. You know, people spit on your food. They don't tell them what we done ate through them years. So I don't see how people go to restaurants now, and everything, you know, is they make the stuff so they can make money. So they using the cheapest of ingredients. That oil they use in the soybean oil, man, all that vegetable oil is nothing but pure soy oil that cause cancer and all type of shit, man. And people wonder why they sick. And then y'all scared of a TV virus that they come with on TV, but y'all ain't scared of this cancer and shit that y'all is out here. Y'all going to restaurants? Like I don't trust that, man. I been stopped that shit. I cook at home, man. My baby mama used to only be the only person that could cook for me. I don't even eat my mama cooking. I don't eat nobody cooking. But now she can't even cook for me. I cook a whole different way from when I was cooking with her. So I'm the only person that can cook for myself, man. You feel me? And I love that. Now, if I'm with a female, she want to go to a restaurant. If we dating or something, and that's what she like, I'm not gonna down her. I take her. I order anything except swine and crab and all that. I ain't gonna order her none of that because that's abominable. I won't order nothing abominable, but I order her what she want and let her eat. I'm not gonna eat shit. I'm not gonna even drink the water out of there. So I don't see how people do it. I cook for myself. If I don't cook it, I don't eat it, man. And you know, if I can grow outside, it's frozen, so ain't no growing here in no Michigan. But hey, future, I've been moving down south. Hey, get to growing all year round. Get back to our roots. That wasn't even 50 years ago. It was we was all doing that back down where they call the South, the so-called South. That's the North to me. That's in the front where the sun at. It's beautiful at. You can grow. You can have big old gardens. Shit, you know, shit taller than you. Then you ain't gotta have it. You can have a smokehouse, you know, and all that with your meat, whatever meat you eat, you know. And man, that's why they tricked y'all up out that land and sent us back here in the froze where we can't do shit but work, have sex, fight, shoot, sell drugs. If we do grow a garden by the time November come, you better get that shit because it's about to be. You should see how froze it is outside right now. Can't grow nothing, no greenhouse. I don't know nobody with no greenhouse growing no shit right now. You know, so hey, but hey, get to cooking, cook your own food. It's best to cook your own food, man. Read them ingredients, you know, at the best of your ability. You know, don't try to hurt yourself, hurt your pocket. But you gonna help yourself the more you read the ingredients and eat clean and cook your own food. I don't see how people going to these restaurants, man. No restaurant. I don't care if it's the finest diner, man. And especially if you melanated, people really don't like y'all. They don't like us really. A lot of people, man. And it's not, but you know, not because we doing nothing. You know, a lot of people just hate us because we the most high chosen people. So y'all going in there eating at restaurants, man? They ain't spit on your shit, whatever. Serve you anything, especially if y'all buying from them Chinese people. You know, I ain't against Chinese people because I don't know them, but I know I don't eat the shit they eat. They eat that shit. That's who eat it. If they eat rats and cats and dogs, why the fuck would you think they care about feeding it to you for? Cause it tastes good. Man, you see I seasoned up cauliflower and broccoli and all that shit and made it taste like Chinese food. You don't even need no fucking animal. Man, they giving y'all that bear skin and the fucking and the duck lips. They turning that shit into chicken. Man, y'all better tighten up out here. Stay away from the restaurants, family. I don't know if this video was clear, man, but if you listen to it, man, there's some gems in here, man. You know, and one love.